It's the 5th of November 2024, and it is election day in the United States of America. We have our first county in the presidential race, and we are going to give our final prediction for this 2024 United States election. So, we're going to be going in a slightly different order than usual. We're going to be going with our, instead of going from Pacific to Atlantic, we're going to be going based on the time of the polls closing. So we have 6 o'clock is going to be the first polls closing. If you're in the UK, that's around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. ish. So I will have a long night tonight. But anyway, Kentucky and Indiana are the first polls to close. They're not going to be completely closed because some of the state closed at 7, but these states are going to get called pretty much straight away anyway. Indiana and Kentucky are going to go red. There's no question about it. Those are going to be the first two states in. Then we have 7 o'clock. We have 7 o'clock. We have Vermont, Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, and most of Florida, apart from the Panhandle, up here. So Vermont is going to instantly be called Democrat. We know that. Vermont is going to be called Democrat. We have South Carolina, which is pretty much instantly going to be called red. And then we have Virginia and Georgia are going to be the interesting ones here. They are going to be. Georgia will be the first swing state then to come out on election day. Virginia, not a swing state. We had the Oracle of Virginia come out and say that his final result is 4.75 to Harris. And I think, you know what? We've had it as under 5 points when most people haven't. If it is under 5 points, I think I deserve some props for that one. But anyway, Georgia will be the next one. Georgia won't be the next state in, most likely. It'll go over the hour or the half hour because we have other states closing at 7:30. But yeah, Georgia won't be the next one in, but we'll just fill it in anyway. On Real Clear Polling, on the national poll, Harris is now up by 0.1. But in Real Clear Polling, Georgia, it's 1.3. I think yesterday it was 2 point something, so I guess a big one's dropped out. But Donald Trump is going to win the state by a lead margin. It's going to be over a point. A tilt margin is under a point. A lead margin is over a point. It's going to be over 1 point. Then we have most of Florida in. Florida will go red by 8 to 10 points. Florida's going to go red. Then we have the 8 o'clock. Oh no, we have 7:30. So we have West Virginia, Ohio, and North Carolina, the whole state in each of these circumstances. So it will be Ohio going deep red. I'm going to go over 10 points this time. West Virginia, of course, that's going to get called without any reporting. That's going to be safe, locked in red. And North Carolina, the second swing state in, that is going to go red as well. And if it's election night and this is what's happening, then you start to think things are looking quite good for Republicans. Trump leads by over a point in the aggregate. North Carolina usually far closer than it is, although Trump has led both times. He has the biggest lead he's ever had in the state. It was a lot of momentum with the Mark Robinson governorship catastrophe that happened in that race. But that's not how elections work. And at this stage of the night, I wouldn't be surprised to see it at 111 to 16. Next state, I think Virginia would be the indicator as to whether it would be a wipeout. If we get to 7 or 8 o'clock and this is how it's looking, it's going to be a very long night for the Democrats. And effectively, it would be over at that point anyway, because Trump would only need a Nevada or an Arizona to win the election. So, look, Virginia's going to tell us a lot. I don't think Trump's going to win it. I think that's definitely a long shot, but we'll see. We have the green states next. So Alabama and Mississippi, these are going to go over 10 points to the Republicans. That's no question. Tennessee, another one that's going to be safe red and will be called immediately. Next, we have Illinois. Illinois will go blue. That would get called fairly swiftly. And then we've got this barrage of blue states. So DC, of course, is going to go blue. We have Maryland, we have Delaware. These are both states. Delaware's a sneaky one that could go under 10, but I think it won't. We have Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. These are all going to go to the Democratic Party. Then we have Maine. Maine is going to go with the first district. It's going to go blue. At large, the state is going to go uh, blue, but not by a huge margin, only by a narrowish margin. And then we have this second district, which is going to fall to the Republicans, probably by over 5 points and under 10. And the last state that we have completely on this map, oh no, we have Missouri and Oklahoma. Those are both going to go red. Missouri, though, could go under 10 maybe on a bad night for Republicans in the state. We've got plenty of states left. We've got New Jersey, which we say is going to go under 10 points, but it's still going to be a Dem win. We do have New Hampshire, though, and New Hampshire is the only state with results at the moment. It's currently tied. Dixville, North Carolina is or New Hampshire is the only county that's reported at the moment. The popular vote is tied at 3-3 in Dixville. Now, if we listen, this is 6 people. All right, this is 6 people in a county. We cannot read into this too much, but as we can see here, Biden got all 5 in 2020, and now at least 2 of those voters have switched to Republican, and you've got one more voter in there. So, we can't overreact to 6 votes. But maybe that's the start of something. We'll see. But again, it's 6 votes. I really want to stress that. It's, we'll look at it as a joke. But look, Trump's not going to win New Hampshire anyway. He's going to lose that state by roughly 7 to 8 to 9 points. Then we have Kansas will pretty much all be in, only apart from one rural area. That's going to go red. We have North and South Dakota. These are both going to go red anyway. They're going to get called straight away. We have Texas. Texas is going to go red. I'm going to stick my neck on the line and say 7 points. I say it turns a corner, 7 points. That will be that. And Michigan. So Michigan and Pennsylvania, this is the most important time of the election. If you're ever going to turn your TVs onto Fox, CNN, whichever network suits you, now would be the time to turn it on. Pennsylvania and Michigan, particularly Pennsylvania, is going to decide the election. Because say Trump's already won North Carolina and Georgia, it's over if he wins Pennsylvania. The race ends if he wins Pennsylvania. So, look, we'll have a look. We'll say Michigan. She leads the average. What are the polls saying? She's leading pretty much everyone. Rasmussen, she leads. That is not good news for Republicans in the state. She leads Emerson by 2. That is looking like she's going to take that state by a tilt margin. Don't underestimate the Trump election night voters, but it's not looking so hot for the Republicans over there in Michigan. So let's say that one goes to Harris by under 1 point. Then we have, or no, maybe we'll go over a point. We have Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, my goodness. Okay, this is gonna decide the election. There's no question. And it's Atlas and the Hill have Trump leading by 1. Insider Advantage has Trump leading by 1. Only the left-wing pollsters have Harris leading. The most important state, even Morning Consult and Quinnipiac don't have her winning. And CNN and Susquehanna. I mean, it is bad news for Harris in Pennsylvania. And I said for a little while it's going to be over a point in Pennsylvania. And I think you see the proof in the pudding in the polling. So that is our 8 o'clock polls closed. And now for Republicans, it's just about seeing it out. They don't even need Arizona at this point. It's just about picking off the states that they were already pretty much set to win. It's 8:30 now. Arkansas is going to go red. We know that. That's not going to need any votes in to tell us that. 9 p.m. now. We have New York in on the East Coast. New York is going to go blue by over 10 points. Then we have Louisiana. Louisiana is going to go red by 8 points. not 8 points, 8 electoral votes. The number there tripping me out, but probably by anywhere between 10 to 15 points for Louisiana. But that's another one where the growing black population that continues to vote blue, it may start to swing Louisiana into a swing state in maybe 28, but most likely in the 2030s. Then we have Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa. These are all states that are interesting. They're not all necessarily in play, but they're interesting. But the first one we'll go to is Wyoming. That's going to go red. Nebraska's first, or these two districts plus the state at large will go red. And this second district will go blue. Then we have Colorado, which is going to go blue. There's been some election integrity things going on there, let's say. Even if Trump was competitive, I think he would be getting. There would be some dealings going on in that state if there's going to be a state that it happens. New Mexico, he seems very confident. He said he's going to win New Mexico. Of course, he's going to say that, even if he believes it or not. He says he's going to win New Mexico. I don't think he's going to win New Mexico. I think it maybe go within 5. New Mexico's a sneaky one to be close, but I don't think it's going to be close enough for Republicans. We have Arizona, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. These are the last ones in the hour, and this is basically the nail in the coffin of the election. Whoever is overperforming or underperforming at this point, this is the chance to put the dagger in. So, Donald Trump is going to win Iowa by under 10 but over 5. We saw that Oracle poll from Iowa, Des Moines, which had Harris up by 3 in Iowa, which is a lot of Republicans were very alarmed by that, but it's not going to happen. There's no chance that happens. Absolutely no chance. It's not going to be, as I look for the poll, it's not going to be that close. Here it is, Des Moines Register. These are the pollsters that got it right, but Emerson has Trump plus 10 in the state to counteract that one. So Iowa is over. It's not even in play. It's not worth thinking about. Iowa is done. So that leaves Minnesota, which is going to go blue. It was maybe in play when Biden was around, but the far left will come out for Harris, and the Muslim vote, even though she is struggling with that in a place like Michigan, maybe in Minnesota it will be better for her. I think she'll take Minnesota by over 5 points, or maybe under 5. Again, I'm gonna go under. But if Minnesota's under 5, I don't think she's winning Michigan. But I just can't see a world. What was Minnesota last time? 7.1, I think. As we look here, it was 7.1. So is it going to shift that far to the right? I don't think so. I think it will maybe be like 5.5 points. But we'll go Minnesota there in the likely category. And then we have Wisconsin, and this will really tell us where we're at. And I think Trump's going to win. We've had Trump winning by a lean margin there for ages, and we've taken a lot of trouble for it. But I think it's going to come to fruition on election night, which is tonight. Unbelievable. So exciting. We have then at 10 p.m. We have Montana, Utah. The election will essentially, or the important states will be in at this point. We still need to fill in Arizona, actually. And Donald Trump's going to win Arizona. He's going to win it by a lead margin. 274. Donald Trump at this stage will have won the election, but we know Arizona is going to take a very long time to count its votes. We know Nevada will take a very long time. We know Oregon also will take a very long time. So we will have to wait a few days, it seems, for Arizona and Nevada's results. Not that they're going to be all too critical if this map is to come to fruition. But then we have states that are a given for Donald Trump anyway that would get him over the edge. That would be Utah, that would be Montana, and that would be Idaho. That makes up for the 11 points that he maybe won't get on election night that he will win at that stage. So he'll take the win in this scenario anyway. Also in Nevada, I think it's going to be tilting to Democrats. I don't think Donald Trump is going to win the state. I think it will be the closest state, but I don't think he's going to get over the edge. Nevada, it has a history of overestimating Republicans. It's barely gone Republican in many races since the turn of the century. So Nevada most likely not going to be a Republican state, but it certainly could be. Oregon, the election night vote may come in very red. Of course, they do the early voting, but this part of the state where the polling times close, this will come in first, and then at 11 p.m. we'll get these uh, states on the Pacific coast. Washington is going to go blue by over 10 points. California is going to go blue by over 10 points. And I think Oregon, unfortunately, is going to be between 10 and 12. I don't think Oregon is going to go under 10 points, as much as that would be very interesting. Next, we have Hawaii and Alaska. These are both going to go to the. No, they're not. Hawaii's going to go blue. Alaska's going to go red. And that gives us our final result of 291 to 247. Alaska under 10 points, by the way. 291 to 247 is the final verdict from me. We have usually seen that these, in quotation marks, close races end up not being so close, and the winner usually gets over 300 EV. That may happen again. We'll have to see. But I think Republicans are going to take it. If they were going to take it by over 300, they would have to win a Michigan or a Virginia or one of those states. That's not going to happen. So, or maybe Michigan could happen, but Virginia's not going to happen. So that's the final result. I'm going to go with 291 to 247 in this US election race. We'll check it on Polymarket. Polymarket has it. Donald Trump, 62%. It was getting worryingly close. Of course, it's a betting market. Don't take it as gospel. But it was getting alarmingly close for the Republicans. Trump was at about 57 yesterday. It was a bit terrifying that 56 to 44. Harris was surging. Michigan is, in Polymarket's terms, not very close, and Wisconsin is also on the Harris column, but Pennsylvania is Donald Trump by a solid margin. North Carolina is pretty much safe. Georgia's safe. Arizona's a long gone, and Nevada is even looking good for Donald Trump. Trump's chances of winning the popular vote are down. I still think he could. The House is going back to the Democrats at this stage, although it's a complete toss-up. It's 51%. Trump in charge of the presidency as things stand. The Senate, it's going to no doubt be red, and the House is going to be. It's going to be in God's hands. But anyway, if you enjoyed, guys, if you're excited for election night, let me know, and we will be awaiting these results and analyzing them deeply tomorrow. Whatever we have in tomorrow, we will be analyzing very deeply. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for all the fallout of the US election. And next time I speak to you, it will be after US election night. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.